Just got back from Taiko performance. I sucked. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Christina here. And this video is going to be about a couple of things that you should know before and somewhat during your exchange. Now these things are partly from my experience, but they're also taken from other exchange students and ex-exchange students' things that they have learned. Number 1, bubble popping. So one thing about being an exchange student is that you have to not have personal boundaries or personal space. Like normal people, they have their own bubble and they're like, don't pop my bubble. Don't mess me up. This is what I like and this is what I'm staying with. Don't mess me up. Don't make me feel uncomfortable. If you want to be an exchange student or are currently an exchange student, just take a pen. Take a second. Take a pen. Pop that bubble. Just pop it, okay? Okay. At first I didn't really realize that I had my own like little bubble, because I was like, oh no, I don't really have a bubble whatsoever, really. And even in outbound camp they addressed it. They were like, okay, just don't have a bubble, okay? Okay? Just take a pin, pop that bubble, we're done. And then I got here, and the first time I went to an onsen, my towel was my best friend. I was like, oh, this is a wonderful towel. But then after like the first or second time after going to an onsen, I was like, you know what, this is normal. This is part of their culture, and as an exchange student I should take it in and embrace it and just go with the flow. That's so cheesy, but it's so true. Number 2, making friends. One thing that can be difficult for a lot of exchange students is making friends abroad. Like, of course, at first you're gonna be the hottest person in school because you're foreign. Oh, they're so cute! She's foreign. Oh my gosh, bro! You're gonna kind of be the center of attention for the first couple of weeks, and even after that, really. Like, if you're going to Japan, there is still going to be a little like boundary, because the Japanese people, from what I've seen and what I've heard from other people, are more or less kind of shy, and for the most part they aren't like, oh hi, let's be friends right now, let's be friends and eat popcorn and watch movies. Like that doesn't happen the first time you meet them. Now this stage in my exchange I've learned to call the superstar stage, the superstar phase, because that's kind of what you're going to. All the people at school are like, oh my gosh, they're so cool, they're foreign and all this other stuff. But honestly, what you want to do, even though the superstar phase is fun, I would suggest getting out of it as soon as physically possible. Because I mean, it is pretty cool to be a superstar just walking down the halls like, but at that point, especially if you're going to Japan, the people are going to find you unapproachable. I'm not sure how it is in Western countries, it's probably totally different, but if you're going to Japan, just try to get out of that superstar phase as soon as possible. Please. How to get out of the superstar phase? What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up to someone and just talk to them. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Well, for some people it's really kind of difficult, because especially if you don't know the language as much, or you're not fluent and you're like, what if they say something and I have no idea what they're saying and they laugh at me, and then everybody just like starts laughing, and then like all of a sudden I'm in my underwear in the middle of class, and then I don't wake up, and then the world ends. It's not going to be that bad. Trust me. But yeah, just go up to a person, start talking to them, start finding out what they like, or like, even if you don't know the language, you should have a dictionary or little translator thing on your phone at all times. That way you can at least try to communicate with other students while you're there. You need to make sure that they know that you want to be their friends, that you want that relationship. What am I doing? One way to make friends and I'm sure you've heard it before at least 50,000 bajillion times if you've been watching a bunch of videos on YouTube like I used to do. Join a club, or don't just join one club, join more than one club. Like right now, I am in English club and Sadobu, which is tea ceremony club. And I have made some really good friends from those two clubs, and I remember the one girl who walked me home when I got lost is in the English club, and we're pretty good friends. She's a third year though. And I have some really good friends in tea ceremony club too. They're really nice, they're really understanding. Just join a club and try your best to at least have your phone translate what you're trying to say. Don't wait to be asked to go somewhere. Like, don't just sit around waiting with your friends like, ask me to go somewhere, guys. You should ask me to go to the movies. Because I don't want to be stuck in my room all alone forever. What I advise you to do, to the best of your ability, even if it's through your phone, like, crap, hang on. This. Ask your friends out to, like, go somewhere. Just all of you guys just go out and hang out. Yeah, just go up, make friends, don't wait to be asked. Ask yourself. Not ask yourself, ask your friends yourself. Ooh, my foot's asleep, I've been sitting on it. Oh. I'm gonna get a blood clots because of Sadobu sitting that way. It's really fun though. Yeah, we're supposed to go and climb a mountain this upcoming Friday and serve tea. So I'm gonna be all hot and sweaty serving people tea like, I just climbed a mountain, here you go. One thing that I've learned is don't stress about grades. Like, if your credits aren't going to transfer, and when people say your credits will probably transfer, that means that they're more than likely not going to transfer. It's okay because I doubled up the year before, so when I do go back, I just won't have any free blocks my senior year instead of having to redo an entire year. But if you redo an entire year, it's totally fine. It's what normal people do. I'm not normal apparently, what the average exchange student does. And it's totally worth it. It's totally worth that extra year in high school with those people. Joking. It's totally worth an extra year of high school. So don't take it too far. Don't stay up late nights stressing about your grades in school because the language barrier, and you're here for the experience, and plus you're probably honestly gonna stay up late nights. If not sleeping, then you're probably gonna be on social media or something like that. Yeah. Not supposed to do that though. Shame. I'm not saying just to blow off your classes or anything like, oh, grades don't matter. Okay, I'm not even going to try in this class. I'm going to take a nap. I mean, I've taken naps in classes before because it's inevitable. As an exchange student, you're going to take a nap in a class at least once or twice. But don't just blow off your class because that's kind of rude, I think. Like, you want to be somewhat attentive and at least pretend you're taking notes even though you're probably doodling a little bitty figure. I kid you not. I have a book full of doodles while I pretend to take notes in English class. But you know, it's English. I'm already pretty good at English. Don't say no to any new experience. Whoa. Well, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Say no if it's something that you shouldn't be doing, but don't say no if it's a new food. Like, when I was in America, I didn't really like edamame beans. I know, shame on me. But then I came to Japan, and here they have fresh edamame beans that weren't frozen, that were freshly picked. We picked them off ourselves, we took them home, we washed them, we got all the beans out, and then we just ate them. And I was like, are these edamame beans? Are you sure? Are you sure these are edamame beans? What you do not need to take on exchange is expectations. One kid at my school in America, he was academically smart. And this was in my junior class. If he's watching this, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to use you as an example. he and his buddies were talking about Japan. And I'm like, oh good, you're interested in the culture and stuff. And then he was talking to the teacher. He was like, whenever you go over to Japan and you're dressed in cosplay, they get down and worship you like a god. Well, I heard that and I looked up from my desk. What did you just say? Like, I'm pretty into anime and stuff, but like, if you expect to come over here and cosplay and have the Japanese worship you like a god, you need to do some research, please. Don't go over to your country expecting it to be a certain way. I encourage you to do as much research, deep research as physically possible before you come to your host country. One thing that a lot of exchange students or future exchange students worry about is when you get over to your host country, you're more than likely gonna have to worry about getting a new phone or switching your old phone to a new phone company thing over in the other host country. And what I did, if you don't already know, is I came here and my old phone, I actually have it. Wait 1 second, it's pretty old. Ooh. Okay, so my old phone is this thing. It's fabulous. Of course, it's like dead and doesn't work anymore right now because I'm in Japan. But I used it at LAX to contact my parents. Hey, I'm not dead, by the way. And then I got here, and then my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful host family was like, hey, we have an old phone, you want to use it? It'd be easier and the plan's pretty cheap. I mean, I can't text because each text costs 3 cents. And I'm really frugal. But I can use Wi-Fi when I'm around Wi-Fi, and I can make calls for free, which is really, that's really all I need is Wi-Fi and free calls. That's it. But what I would advise you to do is to talk to your host family or to talk to your organization about, hey, what should I do about a phone here? More than likely, if you're with Rotary, like, I'm not saying expect a phone, but they're probably already going to know what to do, but because they've probably hosted before, they're probably already going to know what to do, and they'll probably walk you through it. And Rotary is just a really good foundation. If you aren't with Rotary, just talk to your host family about like what you're going to do for a phone while you're in that country, or even if you and your parents have decided beforehand, before going on exchange with your phone company, that hey, I'm going to be in this country, can you do that in some way? We're probably going to say no because phone plans suck, but you never know, you might as well take a risk and just jump in and be like, okay. Another thing that's really important that you need to get before your exchange, you know, besides your visa and passport and stuff, is your traveler's card. You need to talk to your bank and tell them that you are going abroad and that you're going to be staying in this certain country, and see if they can give you a traveler's card, which is a card, well, for me, my parents put money in the card, and then if I need to, I take the card and I use it at an ATM and just take out as much money as I need to. And that's just if I need it, because Rotary already gives me an allowance every month of about $100. So that's really good. You need to talk to your bank about you're going to be in a different country, because if you don't and you have an account and you use it at like an iTunes and stuff or something like that, your bank's probably going to freak out and be like, oh, you're denied because you're in a different country and we're not okay with that. You're in a different... Another thing about Japan. Dear Spotify, what in the world are you doing? You have not allowed me to listen to music in Japan. Like, you allow people everywhere else in the world to listen to Spotify, and then like when it comes to Japan, you're just like, I think we'll just skip it. I mean, people there aren't very tech savvy anyway. You're joking, right? Ugh, that's frustrating, Spotify. Fix it if you can. Like, I was about to buy premium. I was about to actually spend money with you, and then you just went and you were just blew me off because I'm in a different country. Yeah, I think that's it. If you have any questions or comments, there's a comment section for that. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to watch more of my videos, just subscribe. If you have any more video ideas that you think I should do, you should probably tell me, because these things are kind of interesting to come up with. I actually came up with this video about 5 minutes before I started playing it, and did most of it while the camera wasn't recording. Really hope this is recording now that I think about it. But yeah, so see you next time. Bye bye. じゃあね.